A simple emotional disconnect could plunge you into a financial trap. As the debt ceiling looms, countless individuals remain blissfully unaware of the lurking dangers. You might feel secure, but many aren't. Picture this: you wake up to urgent news about an impending debt crisis. Your heart races, but you brush it off, thinking your budget is under control. Here's the catch: ignoring your emotional response could be your biggest mistake. The government's debt ceiling isn't just a political issue, it impacts your life in ways you might not realize. Consider a friend who dismisses the chatter around the debt ceiling, believing it's just noise. Fast forward a few months, and they were grappling with soaring interest rates and a tightening job market. That's when the pressure truly escalates. As warning signs become more pronounced, you might feel tempted to detach, thinking it doesn't concern you. However, emotional detachment can blind you to rising expenses and shifting financial landscapes. The moment you stop paying attention, the stakes skyrocket. Think about a small business owner who ignores these signs. They feel secure until a spike in borrowing costs threatens their livelihood. They never saw coming because they chose to look the other way. Now, imagine a scrambling for funds because you did confront the reality of the debt ceiling. Panic sets in as bills pile up, and you realize that emotional detachment was a costly choice. But what if you could change course? Recognizing the emotional impact of these economic shifts can empower you to make informed decisions. Instead of turning a blind eye, stay connected to your financial environment. The next time you hear debt ceiling, don't tune it out. Your emotional response could be a crucial indicator of your financial health. So, what's your next step? It's time to reassess and engage with the reality of your finances. Don't wait until it's too late. Your financial future demands your attention. Have you ever felt a tight knot in your stomach when the news buzzes about the debt ceiling? That uneasy feeling might signal something important you are overlooking. Signal something Picture this: the government is on the brink, and suddenly your financial stability feels uncertain. The government is on This stress goes beyond just numbers. There's a deeper, personal aspect many people miss. When it comes to money, it's easy to disconnect emotionally. It can feel simpler to shut down than to confront the chaos. However, that emotional detachment can be a hidden trap, especially now. Imagine sitting at your kitchen table, bills piled up, while discussions of financial disaster swirl around you. You might brush it off, thinking it won't affect you. But that's where the danger lays. Ignoring these signs could mean missing important opportunities or, worse, facing financial disaster. You might say, "I'll just tune out the news," but what if that's exactly when you should be paying the most attention? Stress signals are everywhere, often buried under layers of indifference. Let's be real, the debt ceiling isn't just a political issue, it's personal. When the government flirts with default, it sends shockwaves through your life, affecting jobs, home values, and savings. Yet many remain blissfully unaware, thinking it doesn't concern them. Mistakes can pile up. You might cut back on essentials while ignoring the looming crisis. Each week, the pressure builds, and you convince yourself it's beyond your control. But is it really? The longer you stay detached, the more you risk losing touch with your financial reality. Each ignored signal is a mischance to take action, change direction, and protect your future. Now, imagine receiving that dreaded call from your bank about sudden changes that could impact your credit. Panic sets in, and the emotional burden of your detachment becomes overwhelming, making you realize the time to act has slipped away. But what if you could take a step back, breathe, and reevaluate? What if you could train yourself to recognize those signals before they spiral out of control? It's possible, but it requires awareness and the courage to face the truth. As you navigate this uncertain landscape, remember that your awareness is your most powerful tool. By tuning into your feelings and those subtle signals, you can regain your power. So, as we wrap up, take a moment to reflect. The debt ceiling is more than just a headline, it's a call to action for you. Don't let emotional detachment lead you into a blind spot. Stay alert, stay engaged, and protect your financial future. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Together, let's navigate these turbulent waters. What if I told you that your financial future hinges on a term you've probably heard but don't fully grasp? The debt ceiling crisis isn't just a political talking point, it's a ticking time bomb that could affect you more than you think. Surprisingly, many people feel emotionally disconnected from what this crisis truly means. Why is that? It often feels distant and abstract, making it easy to brush off. But that's a mistake. This detachment can lead to real consequences that you might not be prepared for. Imagine waking up one day to find your savings dwindling, your investments stagnating, and your future plans thrown off course. It's a scary thought, right? Yet, this is often the reality when the debt ceiling is pushed to its limits. This situation isn't just about numbers, it's about lives, your life included. So, what's really happening behind the scenes? As the government debates these financial limits, decisions are being made that could lead to unexpected inflation, rising interest rates, or even a lower credit rating. These aren't just economic terms, they are signals that your daily life could change dramatically. Consider this: if interest rates rise, your mortgage could become unaffordable, car payments might increase significantly, and even grocery prices could go up. These changes can feel like a sudden storm, yet many of us remain unaware of the brewing chaos. This is where emotional detachment becomes risky. It's easy to think these changes are someone else's problem until they start impacting your finances. Perhaps you've faced a financial crisis before and felt the weight of uncertainty. That's what happens when we disconnect from the fiscal decisions being made far away. Now, let's raise the stakes. Imagine if the government dosed raise the debt ceiling. Markets would react, investors would pull out, panic would set in, and suddenly the economy could feel like a house of cards ready to fall. Your investments, your retirement plan, everything you've worked for could be at risk. And it's not just about the financial impact, it's also about the psychological strain, the stress of not knowing if you can provide for your family or achieve your dreams. But what if